For years, a real-world Jarvis, that's been the dream, right? An AI that doesn't just chat with you, but actually works for you. Well, guess what? It's here, and it went viral, like, overnight. And this is a big but, with all that incredible power comes a really serious, kind of uncomfortable question we have to talk about.
So think about it. Right now, when you use AI, you ask a question, you get an answer. Simple. But what if? What if you could just give a command and the AI just went and did it for you? Out there, in your digital world, taking action on its own. That's the game-changing leap we're diving into today.
Okay, so this really breaks it down. On the left, you've got the AI we all know, right? The passive stuff, like ChatGPT. You have to go to it, you ask it something, it spits out an answer. End of story. But on the right, that's the next big thing. Autonomous AI. It's agentic, which is just a fancy way of saying it doesn't just sit there waiting for you. It's working for you 24/7, jumping between your apps to get stuff done. The whole point isn't to answer you, it's to act for you.
So the poster child for this whole new wave of AI power, it's a tool called OpenClue. It's this open-source personal AI assistant that just exploded onto the scene. I mean, it took the internet by storm, really. Everyone thought, this is it. This is the Jarvis we've been waiting for.
And the promise? Wow, it was something else. I mean, imagine this. You're on vacation, you have a cool business idea, you just tell your AI about it. And while you're relaxing on the beach, it's back home researching the market, writing the code for you, and even deploying the application. You get back from your trip, and your project is already live. That's the sheer power we're talking about. It's not just about being smart, it's about being autonomous. And let's be honest, that kind of freedom, it's really, really addictive.
And you better believe people were hooked. The growth was absolutely explosive. I mean, get this. In just a single week, its GitHub page pulled in over 2 million visitors.
Yeah, 2 million visitors in just 1 week. We're talking a flood of developers, founders, tech geeks, basically everyone who saw the potential for a crazy leap in productivity. The hype was absolutely real.
And people didn't just window shop. No way. They jumped right in, giving it over 170,000 stars on GitHub. And if you know GitHub, you know that's a huge deal. It shows just how serious the interest really was.
But this is where the story takes a hard right turn. You see, everyone was so mesmerized by the power, they kind of forgot to ask if it was actually, mature, ready for prime time. And that, my friends, is a dangerous mistake, because this incredible dream, well, it had a massive flaw.
And I'm not talking about some what-if scenario or a theoretical risk. Oh no. The peril here became reality, and it happened fast. The very same tool that promised to organize your entire digital life, well, it became a wide-open door for someone else to walk in and compromise it all.
This quote just nails the mindset we all need to adopt. While regular users were dreaming about all the cool stuff they could do, the security pros were looking at this and seeing a total nightmare. Their job is simple. They don't wait for something bad to happen, they just assume it already has. And with OpenClue, boy, were they right.
So the findings were not good. Pretty alarming, actually. A tool that just scans the internet found 21,000 of these OpenClue systems just sitting out there, completely exposed. No firewall, no VPN, nothing. And it gets worse. Researchers found what's called a remote code execution vulnerability. Now, in plain English, that's a really bad one. It means a hacker could run literally any command they want on your machine with just one click. All because the digital keys to the kingdom, the authentication tokens, were basically left lying out on the front porch.
And here's what you've got to understand. This wasn't your typical data leak, where maybe some of your emails get out. No, this was a whole new kind of attack. The bad guys didn't have to trick you with a phishing email or get you to download malware. They could just take over the AI assistant itself. And since you already trust it, it becomes their operator on the inside of your system.
Believe it or not, the rabbit hole goes even deeper. The core program had its issues, for sure. But the real hidden threat? It wasn't just the AI agent itself. It was in the ecosystem of add-ons and extensions that were supposed to make it so powerful.
Yeah. This danger lies in what's called the skill ecosystem. The easiest way to think about it is like an app store or a browser extension store, but for your AI. These skills are just little recipes that tell the AI how to work with other apps. So for example, if you wanted to post something to Slack for you, it goes to the central marketplace called the clawd and grabs the Slack skill.
But here's the massive flaw in that whole model of trust. You give a command. Your AI agent, which you totally trust, goes to the clawd to get the right skill for the job. But What if that skill was uploaded by some random anonymous person and it's hiding malicious code inside? Your trusted AI has no idea. It's just following instructions. And boom, just like that, it's installing malware on your machine. We're stealing your data. It's a classic supply chain attack, but it's been supercharged by AI.
And this wasn't just some theory either. Researchers found over 100 malicious skills just sitting there on the Claw Hub, actively pushing out malware. One of them, called What Would Elon Do?, used something called prompt injection, which is basically hiding evil commands inside a perfectly normal-looking request to steal people's data. Users started reporting that their AI assistants were just going rogue, spamming messages all by themselves. It was a full-blown malware distribution network, just hiding in plain sight.
So here we are. We've got this incredible, world-changing power on one hand, and this really terrifying peril on the other. Which leads us to the most important question of all. What do we do now? How do we move forward and navigate this new world carefully?
So the big question is, should you even touch autonomous AI? I mean, after hearing all this, the easy answer is probably heck no. But the truth is, this technology is just too big, too revolutionary to just ignore. The potential for good is just massive, so the key isn't to run away from it, it's to approach it with a big dose of caution and a very clear set of rules.
Look, if you're curious and you want to experiment, you have to be super careful. Here's your checklist. First, rule number 1, never run this on a corporate or work device. Ever. Always run it in what's called a sandbox, like a virtual machine that's totally walled off from your real computer. Use dummy credentials, fake personal data, the whole 9 yards. And this is critical. Limit its permissions. Don't let it anywhere near your real files, your credit card info, or your computer's command line. You have to treat it like untrusted code because right now, that's exactly what it is.
You know, this quote really puts it all into perspective, doesn't it? We have seen this exact pattern play out over and over again in history. Think about it. The printing press, the internet. Every single powerful new technology hurts someone before we figure out how to build the guardrails to protect everyone. And autonomous AI is no different. It's just the latest chapter in a very old story.
So the story of OpenClue is a huge warning sign. It's a powerful case study for sure, but it is just the tip of the iceberg. This is the fundamental challenge we are going to face with all of these autonomous systems. Innovation is always going to be a few steps ahead, and security is always going to be playing catch-up. That's why being aware of these risks is our first and best line of defense.
And that leaves us with one last really big thought to chew on. We are building AI that can act on its own, that can remember things, and that's getting woven deeper and deeper into our lives every day. The whole point is to hand over control of our tasks to it. But as we do that, as we hand over those keys, we have to keep asking ourselves, in this new world we're building, who's really in control?